Okay guys, hello, it is Jet here, Jet 888, and it's July 22nd, and I'm showing my skies today because I want to show you a quick little thing I've been doing since the 13th of July, long before that, but specifically from July 13th. I wanted to show that there's been the circling of one plane overhead for hours at a time, and on what would be a normally really pretty clear day, and I'll show you that, the plane, after they circle, the winds pick up, and then all of a sudden the next day we have really sucked in skies. Just the sun will not break through. They were flying yesterday, and it's just now trying to clear up. It's about 9:40 now. And anyhow, I'm going to go inside and show you some of the documentation I've had. Okay, so here I show, this is a quick video showing July 13th and 2022. And I was showing a very clear blue sky. There was also a plane overhead, but I didn't capture it on this clip, but I will later on, and I'll show you that. But it's a small, looks like a Cessna, flying around circles for hours at a time. And I will show, there it is right there. Can you see on that? I did happen to capture it on this picture right there. So here in this video on this day, I was showing how blue the skies were, and I could hear that plane, but I couldn't really spot it yet. Okay, so that was that video. Then I'm going to go to this video. I'm going to show you how I can't even see, like the plane is not even being recorded in the sky, according to the flight aware maps and the flight trader maps. Okay, so it's the same date. It's about a half an hour after my first video, and I'm showing here in this map that this video was not, or this map was not showing any flight activity at all, even though there's a plane flying overhead. And then I go to show how still the trees are. And then I show how after the plane passes over, how it starts getting a lot breezier. You might be able to see it better on another tree, but it shows how the wind suddenly picks up. I mean, I can literally watch the breeze change as that plane goes overhead. Everything gets more windy, and San Diego is not a windy place. So that's the first indication that I can tell, and it always happens after the planes start flying in circles. Okay, now I'm going to go to this video, and it does finally, I can see the plane, same day on the 13th. There, and I finally do capture the plane. It keeps going in and out of focus, but it's definitely overhead, circling for hours at a time. Same was a date left, but it's still on the 13th. Okay, now the next clip here, still on the 13th, just a little bit later, like maybe I think 40 minutes later, there starts to be cloud cover. Little wispy clouds are showing up, and here's that plane still flying around in circles directly overhead. But the skies are getting a little bit more gray now. And still, I went directly inside, and I'm showing again that there's absolutely no sign of any planes overhead. So here I go, capture this plane again, circling overhead again. There it is, and there's the plane circling. And I'm showing here how, and I'm showing again how the wind's picking up. Okay, so on this one, I'll again show the plane again coming by the same palm tree, so you can tell it's circling, and you'll see the wind pick up again, and well, we'll just see one little friendly helicopter. On this same date, and I show the tree with the plane, and I show this plane for quite a while, but I don't want to make the video too long, so I'm going to cut through the video a little bit. And then I show the tree right after the It passed by. And here's our friendly little helicopter. And on this one, we're going to show the helicopter or the plane again. There it is on the 13th. And we just keep circling, just around and around and around, hours at a time. Now the next one, this just shows the wind, how the wind's picking up. And San Diego is not a windy place, but I'm telling you, it changes right when the plane circles. This one, just another plane circling. It's both same plane, one more circle. There it is again. There's the palm trees up there. And the reason why I'm showing the clips is so you know it's a different clip. It's not just the same clip. Okay, now this one just shows how we will see, now we'll see the cloud cover coming in. And let me look at the details and see what time this is. Okay, so here's the same clip. I put it under sabotage weather. So July 22nd, that's not when it was made. It was made on the 13th. It's just because I accessed it today. So July 13th, 5:55, 5:55 p.m. And I'm going to show this one. So here's the same clip, and it's showing how the cloud formations are coming in now. And I'm saying I still hear the plane, but I don't see it. Okay, so on this clip, as you see the progression, see how it's all bright and sunny? Little cloud formation coming in, now it's gray. This is the one we're going to be looking at now, this clip. There's the date, there's the plane. This is about a couple hours later, and I'm showing the cloud formation coming in as he's still flying. So that was one loop, and now I think I'll catch him one more time coming around again. See how the clouds coming in the sky now? But the cloud layer is just, now it's just getting socked in. And in the video, you can still hear him. There he is. And those are not natural clouds. And here he comes around one more time. My camera is not able to really zoom in too well. But he just keeps going around circles. And the clouds definitely have come in. And they're not on the radar I mentioned either. And here he comes around one more time. And you can hear him in the video, you can hear him now. Now in this clip, just a couple minutes after that, another plane comes in, but this is not the same one, it's a lot lower. But he definitely buzzes in overhead, but that's a different plane. In this next clip, I show that that plane right there on the left, he wasn't on the radar either. And I show that there's no plane on the radar. Here it is, and I'm showing the area, and there's no plane. So that's a big commercial one up there. This shows one more loop and more clouds. There's the same one, there's the plane again. And I basically just showing the sky around, and all the clouds are just not normal looking natural clouds. Anyhow. So this clip here, it's a 42-second clip, and it just again shows the plane circling one more time. There, just showing it again. And then I show the cloud formations. Almost looks a little scalar wave. This is a 43-second clip showing 2 loops. And here he is again. And then I show more clouds. There he goes. More funky clouds being brought in, and another loop. Okay, so on this video now, it's the next day, and I'm going to show how at 9:33 or 34 in the morning, we're totally socked in. Unlike we were on this day in the morning. See how blue it normally is around the same time? This day, you'll see how socked in and gray it is now because of that plane that was flying and looping around time and time again. Here we go. So here I'm showing that, and I'm showing the time on my video, and I'm showing the sky. I'm showing how gray this is. Anyhow, it's totally socked in. You can see my shadow. So anyhow, I was just saying that this is what I predicted because I've seen it before. And I said the reason why it affects us and why I should care is, and I show the grow watt, and I show how it takes your power away. Normally I have at least 3 bars in the morning if we're not messed with the day before. So here it's just a gray day. Not normal for San Diego this time in the morning. But do you see what they're doing to the weather? And they're basically taking away our power and our power to supply ourselves with power when they flip the switch off. And notice how the wind is gone. There's no wind right now, which is this is more typical not to have a windy day until the planes fly. See, there's just no wind really, and that's typical of San Diego right here where I am, unless the planes fly overhead. And this is at 9:36 a.m. So here I show just a couple hours later how the sun is trying to poke through despite them. Now this is 11:34 a.m. and see how naturally our skies want to be blue? It's just trying to fight through. Mother Nature's trying to win. Now this is that day that I had that police activity right next door, and what I found, the helicopter, these guys don't have anything to do with the weather or anything, but not that I know of, but I found something weird right behind the helicopter, and I'm going to show it in slow motion. So here's that day, and we're seeing the helicopter. Now see right here, I've stopped the screen, but see that little glitch that I guess that plane still is flying that day. See, I'm gonna go, I can't find slow motion, but there, see that little, that plane is still in the sky. See that? Anyhow, that thing is still flying overhead while that day that we have that police activity. So I guess on this day, our little friend was still circling overhead also. Oh, and by the way, according to my cameras from my home and perspective, that suspect was long gone before these guys started going down into this house. I mean, he had already left like 10 minutes before they even got there. Well, maybe 5 minutes before they got there. This is a still picture for later that evening, on the day after all that spraying. And look at these interesting little sun rays. I don't know if you can see the rays going up. They're almost vertical. This is looking west. And this video here on the 20th, I just was showing how the cloud formation is still funky, and it's just, I'll do some stills of this to just show you how weird the cloud formations are. So here's that same clip, and I'm showing you so it's not so jerky. I'll hold it still. So look at this. Here's the same little palm tree we typically see. Look at these straight edges and that weird vertical line through there. Here, I'm gonna let it play again. Look at this straight edge. I'll wait till there we go. I mean, look at, that's just weird. You go from that kind of cloud, weird formation, to that top weird cloud, to that little funky mess of cotton ball stuff. What is, I do see the scalar waves in there. But I mean, really, like, what the heck is that? It's just weird. These just look so fake. They don't look fake, they are fake. Look at that. What's that going up there? That looks like a vertical something, projectile. It caught that little guy in the air. Just weird. I mean, look at that. Oh my gosh. Anyhow, that's not a normal formation of anything. What is that? It's just a hot mess. So this was on Wednesday at 1:30 in the afternoon. So if you're in San Diego, those clouds would have burned off by now. Yeah, that's natural. They even graced us with a teeny little triangle. Here I've got one of my notes here, controllers. Look at this little link. It's an MSN, has weather top stories. Mammoth new plant aims to fight climate disaster by removing carbon dioxide from the air. SS. Wow, SS. Sounds like Germany again. Anyhow, let's go check that out. So here's this mammoth new plant. Aims to fight climate disaster by removing carbon dioxide. Yeah, no, plants don't need carbon dioxide, and we don't need plants, right? What is that? Climeworks? Climeworks. This says construction is due to begin today on what could become the world's biggest carbon capture plant. The carbon dioxide sucked from the air will be deposited underground in a bid to fight ongoing climate disaster. What a lie. The climate behind the nascent green technology said. So here, Climeworks, a technology to reverse climate change. Why don't you just get those planes out of the air? How about that? And you know, this is CO2 capture plant. Hinwil, Switzerland. But isn't this interesting? They have a little YouTube video. It says, act now, reverse your emissions. Climeworks.com. Wow. That's weird. Through all the dust anyhow. Nice logo. I mean, what a bunch of psychopaths. So these freaks want to reduce your emissions, or want you to reduce your emissions when they're doing stuff like this. I mean, look at that. And that's nothing. I've seen things worse than that, but that's just all the spraying that they're doing. Also, go look at this document, Weather as a Force Multiplier, Owning the Weather in 2025. You can see, I think that's a Dennis Bushnell. He writes to NASA this. Air War College, Air Command and Staff College. Anyhow, here it is. If you go to archive.org/details/DTIC_ADA, and of course 333-462/mode MODE /2 up. Go check that one out. So you can look at a couple of them. Management Organization for Army Weather Program. Management Organization for Army Weather Program and Support Functions. Or go to this one, Weather as a Force Multiplier by USAF. I mean, if you just go search in this document for weather modification, they'll explain it. Global weather, applying weather modification to military operations, communications dominance via ionosphere, that would be interesting. Artificial weather, yep. Yeah, I'll leave you all the link for this. In 2025, U.S. aerospace forces can own the weather by capitalizing on emerging technologies and focusing development of those technologies to war-fighting applications. Such a capability offers the warfighters tools to shape the battleship in ways never before possible. You think floods could do that, or starvation, or famine? Lack of rain. It provides opportunities to impact operations across a full spectrum of conflict and is pertinent to all possible futures. The purpose of this paper is to outline a strategy for the use of a future weather modification system to achieve military objectives rather than to provide a detailed technical roadmap. So if you don't think that they can starve people out or divert water or moisture away from people or have a heat wave. Anyhow, these blue little ticks here is everywhere where they have the words weather modification. So on a 179 page document, sorry about the dog, there's your phoenix with some phallic symbol looking like thing, creepy. And just being relevant of what's going on today lately with the heat waves. And I'm going to show you I'll have to do another video on it. This is getting way too long. But heat wave, it's interesting because it also equals the matrix. And storm. Isn't that interesting? So I'll cover this in one of my next videos because I totally looked deep into these heat wave things and the little signs that they show you. See the little devil horns that are little UPS driver who fell down, whatever. I'll show you more of this, and all the like 17, if you spell it out, equals New World Order. All kinds of stuff goes into this. Maricopa, you got your 22, where'd that go? Y'all, your little symbols. I'm going to show you this in the next video. If not the next one, then the one after that, if I don't get cut out of YouTube. But anyhow, there's Maricopa because they had a heat wave. The plan, not a game, the mark, actor, forces, vaccines, BioNTech, BlackRock. Anyhow, so much to talk about, but I'll talk to y'all later and I'll show you this decode maybe either later today or tomorrow. Bye guys.